Welcome back to the Crude Project, everyone. I am here with Ant and Kevin the 2 Cent, and as always, we have a great episode for you guys. And what do we have on a dock today?
We're reviewing Wukong today.
Yeah, we're diving a little deep.
Diving deep, man. Giving you the good, the bad, the ugly,
Nice.
the whole in between.
Before we dive deep into Wukong, if you guys enjoy the content, please like, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Hey, it's the Crude Project here, and we're proud to announce a partnership with IllumineScents. We're all about supporting local businesses, and they are a great local business to support.
My favorite scent so far is going to have to be the Smoky Mountain Firewood.
Mine's going to have to be France Lavender here. They currently have two sizes available. Smaller one is 8 ounces, the bigger one 16 ounces. They also have these wax melts as well. We'll drop the link down below for you guys to check them out.
Stay tuned for our own personal scent brought to you by IllumineScents.
Let's go, buddy.
Let's get into it.
What we got?
I love the game, first off.
Mm-hmm.
Been playing it. Hours. Get a little upset at the game.
Why?
Some of the bosses are a little difficult.
I heard the big head is like giving people.
Oh, you talking about from the first chapter?
The big head?
I beat him.
Big head Buddha or big head baby Buddha?
I beat him before you were supposed to.
Also, you just built different.
I'm built different.
Oh.
I'm going to say that because I think that's how that was supposed to go.
Uh-huh.
Because so there's like a main boss that gives you like one of the actual big skills. I beat him and then I went back and beat the big-headed Buddha. But like you can't actually get his reward until you go further past him, and then you have to come back and get it. So I was like, oh, I wasn't supposed to do this yet.
Okay.
I'm built different. Oh,
I think some people were going directly to the big baby head Buddha. I don't know what the hell he's called.
it's just one of the Yao Guais.
All right, whatever the hell that is. So that's what the complaint was. I think because people were skipping and they were going straight to him without any like prior upgrades or whatever, and they were getting it handed to them.
It was rough, man. He was very tanky. He had a lot of defense. But I'm telling you, I hit that perfect dodge. Just hold on, hitting with the staff spinning.
Not the kung fu.
Yo, I was hurting him with it, dude. You know what I'm saying? Charged up attacks.
It
was great. It was fun. It was very. It took me a little bit of tries, a couple of tries. Not gonna say how many, 15. But it was we got through it.
It's a.
we got through it. I almost lost a mouse once or twice. I'm telling you, it was fine though. Love the game. Great time.
Oh, okay.
10 out of 10.
Okay.
I mean, the game
But-
speaks for itself.
This is a Chinese developer or developed game, right?
Yep. Straight from the mainland. They developed it. They started out as a mobile company, didn't they?
I think so. Yeah.
This is their
Game Science.
first.
Is that
Yeah.
what yeah. Game Science is. I looked into it a little bit. So Game Science is, I think, what they're called. Straight from the mainland, like you said. I think they were founded in somewhere 2014 or something. So that's not that old of a company.
Mm-hmm. But this is their first AAA game they've ever made. Like they've just done mobile games, and this is a big step. And I tell you what, knocked it out of the park.
Dog, going straight from mobile to making your first AAA, like they didn't even dive into like some, like let's do a test run of like something smaller,
Yeah,
something
like an
a little
indie game or something
yeah.
tiny.
No,
on Unreal Engine 5, optimized. I mean, the game looks good. It runs on various graphic settings.
yeah,
I have heard.
clean.
I've heard a little bit of performance issues, but I mean, with any new game, they it's fine. But I'm telling you, it looks great.
I heard the reason why they were able to pull off a AAA game as their first game, and to this degree, like it came out pretty clean, was because a big Chinese tech company invested in it.
Really?
Invested in the game company, yeah. And on top of that, there were other companies that also invested in them, but not as big as the big Chinese tech giant. There was that's what I read, that there was some tech giant in China that invested into Game Science, the company that developed this game.
Nice.
And yeah, so they got some good funding and they were able to develop this. It's nice to see like someone was behind them and supported them to, because I believe they said something along the lines of like it was our dream to go from a mobile game to one day making a AAA game. And
They
bro,
did really well.
they knocked it out of the park in their first try.
And the best thing is they didn't get any extra, right?
Mm-hmm.
They gave you exactly that slice,
Yeah.
that what you wanted, right?
Yep.
The game is that $60
Mm-hmm.
amount. You pay for it. It is hours upon hours. I think there's a ton of bosses.
Mm-hmm.
There's secrets that
Mm-hmm.
you can easily skip. There's playthrough ability. There's hours and hours of like various styles of way you can play the game. The skill trees,
Yeah.
crazy. Like you will have to play. So a lot of people are kind of relating it to Elden Ring with just that because of the amount of time you have to play in
Yeah.
bosses and like farming to really be able to cultivate enough to build a tree all the way out.
And then to be able to beat some of these bosses, because some of the bosses are hard.
Yeah, some pretty tough.
And so it's not just Elden Ring that people are comparing it to. It's also God of War that they're comparing it to
Yeah.
as well. And which I can see. Like
Yeah.
God of War, I honestly, in my opinion, I think it's more in line with God of War than it is with Elden Ring. But hey, that's just my opinion. But the skill tree that you mentioned, I want to chime off that. People are apparently loving the skill tree, how it's
super
made.
diverse.
Yeah,
and it's nice.
how it's made and the leveling system. Everyone's like peak performance, love it, love it.
Great people, great
Um,
time, China.
But you know that it took them apparently 6 years to date. I think they started development on this game 2018. So it took them 6 years to make this game. Now, I'm seeing some so I have two things to say about this, right? So 6 years, in my opinion, for a game that's kind of linear is I feel like it's a little too long. But at the same time, I think because it's their first try going from a mobile gaming company to a bigger company that
Yeah,
can
full-blown
develop
game.
that can develop a AAA game like this, I think 6 years was for them. It was okay. So I think that after this, they're probably going to be like, all right, we know what we're doing now. I mean, whatever project that they're going to invest in afterwards is probably not going to take them 6 years. Who knows? But
Depends on the dev team size as well.
That's true. That's true.
And I don't know how big their team is.
That's true because, but I didn't know if 6 years was too long or if it was okay, because in comparison to other games like a AAA open world games are usually it takes a lot more to build the game. So I think in comparison, like I've seen other AAA games that are pretty good and open world as well, where they didn't invest 6 years to build it, but at the same time, it wasn't also a fresh company that was their first time. Yeah. So that's where the caveat is, the comparison. So I'm just giving two takes on it.
Yeah. I mean, in this day and age, I'm okay with a game that wants to take its time to make it, because there was no room for them to really do that whole early access or open beta thing, because it's not multiplayer in any sense. So it was a single player experience. And with that, I feel you have to take a little bit more time, because with a multiplayer game, you can kind of buffer out a little bit of the give and take of what's not there, because you're bouncing off with your friends or other people within the game. Now, this was a soul dive experience with just you and the game. So it has to really be that deep level of connection that you're playing the game with to have that immersion.
Right.
So the game has to be on point. So you got to take your time, and it's got to be great from start to finish, because the minute the immersion isn't really there, you don't feel like you're there playing it, or it's, I mean, the audio in that game is great. The soundtrack is amazing. The visuals are nice. The game mechanics are fun. The fighting is great. You know, when you're doing things, you know what I'm saying, and he's dodging, you get the perfect dodge, and it's like that mirror after effect of
Yeah.
when you slide past him.
Mhm.
Dude, it's great, and it really hooks you on to like enjoying what is there.
Right, right. Yeah. I heard in terms of all of those, like go, you know, one of the other things that I really enjoyed, and it's kind of going viral as well, the opening scene. Bro,
He comes with the
it literally
purpose.
goes from it literally goes from like the what is it, the play opening play screen. As soon as you like press the X button or whatever it is from him like going to where he's standing, where he's sitting, it just dives right in.
He's riding a cloud.
And he was riding a cloud, and it goes right into the cinematic trailer. But what blew it out of the park for me was, first, the cinematic trailer was done so well, right? And then that seamless freaking transition from the cinematic trailer right to the battle.
Yeah, where you're fighting your brother, whoever. Because so far for me, I'm only at chapter 2.
Yeah.
And the chapter 2 boss, the ending of chapter 2 boss, was a pain, dude. He's got like this like trident staff.
Yeah.
And it is so annoying. But the opening scene, bro, my man Son Wukong stood on business. 10 toes down. That was all him. Dude, when he rode on the cloud, and there's deities that are like standing above the clouds.
Right.
And yo, he was just there like, what it is, huh? What it is. What's up?
He's like, come at me, bruh. All of you.
Yeah.
There's a whole army and everything. He's just like, what's up? All of you come at me with this disrespect. I'm not going to stand for it.
Dude, Wukong was like that. That's why Wukong he's always been one of my favorite mythological creatures, especially from you know, Chinese mythology.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of different like shows and stuff that they've made, like God of High School was one, and the main character was his being or his past life was was Son Wukong. Dude, staying on business, bro.
Yeah. In terms of people, how they're liking the game. So there's people that love the game, right? And then there's also people that are shitting on the game.
Yeah, there's what? 2.3 million people loving the game?
Yeah. So apparently the concurrent player as of like right now is like over 2.3 million players. That is, I think, the only thing above it right now, PUBG, if I'm not mistaken.
Did they add their mobile into that as well?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
well, yeah, that's why.
So it's
half
BS.
of Thailand is on that.
So, but if you take that out of the equation, and you want to just include, you know, big AAA games like this, even like including like Fortnite or whatever you want to, bro,
it's killing it.
Currently,
it's killing it.
It's killing it by over 1 million.
Yeah, and a lot of the left people, like, you know, liberal people who were like shitting on it in the beginning.
Before you get to that, this was also one other thing, just to like put the cherry on top. In just 3 freaking days, this game has sold over 10 million freaking copies. I have never seen that kind of number.
That's a lot.
Over 600 million revenue that the company has generated in just freaking 3 days, bro. Over 600 million revenue generated, over 10 million copies sold. Bro, I have never seen numbers like that.
Yo, they were seeing it just raining on them. It was just raining on them. They were just like, oh my gosh.
But yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was hitting them, dude. All the, what do they got over there? Yen? Yen? No, yen is Japanese.
Yuan.
Yeah, the Juans. You know, the Juan.
Juan.
Look at all the Juans I have. So many Juans. That it was amazing. And honestly, because people like liberal people or whoever, so there's a group, it's a Sweet Baby Inc.
Yeah.
If look into that, that's actually cancer for gaming. It's a cancer that needs to be cut away. Sweet Baby Inc. is that every time you turn and you're like, oh, there's not enough women in a game. It's not diverse enough. It's not. If you look into it far enough, you will find Sweet Baby Inc. is circled in there somewhere. Yeah. That's half the reason. Screen Rant, when they gave the bad review saying, oh, it's not enough feminineness. It's a monkey that came from a stone.
Right.
All right, give it a break.
Right.
So the amount of backlash that they were getting from this caused more people to be like, well, I think I'll buy the game because of it now. So literally shot themselves in the foot telling people don't play this game
Yeah.
because it's misogynistic, because it's not inclusive, it's not diverse enough. And then it was just like, you know what? Let's buy it. And that game was just like blowing up. Asmongold made a review. A lot of people made reviews of it that likes to combat that whole, you know, liberal left, Sweet Baby Inc. rigmarole.
And even the people that are not like super big fans of this game, but they saw it at first, you know, they saw the gameplay and everything. They were somewhat interested, but not fully there. Because of those stupid comments, these people went and bought it.
Yeah.
Just out of spite.
Yep.
And now they're loving it.
So I did see a couple people were trying to say like the concurrent player base was majority Chinese people because somebody were looking, but it turned out to be false. And like some of the people were like hardcore Elden Ring players.
Yeah.
And because people were saying like this game is better than Elden Ring, people got in their feelings about it. When it's honestly, the bosses are difficult. This game is not as hard as Elden Ring, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that. Because one, whenever you die, you don't lose any progress towards the next level progression.
Yep.
So in Elden Ring, when you die, you lose all your souls or on that place where you died. You have to go back and retrieve them. And if you die twice, they're gone. In Wukong, it's not like that. So this is nowhere near as hard. Already off the top. I don't care if you have to fight a boss for like 2 days. You can go somewhere else and farm forever and then level all the way up and just clear the whole game. It is already easier. I'm not going to tell anybody that it's like this game is on par with difficulty of Elden Ring.
Right. But this is not what we're kind of debating on.
Right.
The difficulty is not what people are debating on.
It's more enjoyable for me.
Yeah, that's what it is. Is it enjoyable? Is it entertaining? Yes.
In all, I think I personally like it a little bit better, but not that it is a little bit easier, and I do enjoy that. You know, I'm getting older. My blood pressure's getting high.
Right.
You know, I can't handle it sometimes. Man, I start to shake a little bit.
You know,
I get that Parkinson's.
I think it's about time you stop breaking controllers.
You know. You know what I'm saying? If I have to hear this boss say this same line one more time, you know what I'm saying? Like in my dreams, I hear this stupid rat, "In my tabagi wins," and he starts spinning up a tornado, and I'm like, I can't hit him. I can't do it. I watched the guy after I beat him. I beat the boss, and I saw it. There's a character in the game that plays a guitar.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He's a real weird guy. Right?
Oh, real quick, if this is like too much spoiler for you guys, too freaking bad, bro. Like over 10 million people have already played this shit. So if you haven't jumped on
He
this,
said too freaking bad.
yeah, I mean too freaking bad. Because like if you haven't jumped on it, if you haven't played it by now, then like oh well.
I mean, okay, so I'm not going to spoil too much.
There's way too much content out already for people to not
okay, we'll
spoiled.
try not to spoil it, right? We won't give the final or anything. I don't know.
The opening scene was everywhere and it was going viral, but we'll stray away from anything more super in depth in the game or the final stuff.
All I know is up to chapter 2 anyhow.
Yeah.
But one of the characters you meet plays a guitar.
So the ending goes.
The guy you meet with the guitar is not like anything like special, right? But he
Talk about the headless dude.
Plays bangers, dog. When he's playing with that mother trucker dude, bangers, dude. He's hitting that thing and it's like bling, ding, ding, bum, bum, bum. But when he talks, when he's not singing in Chinese, he talks with a Scottish accent.
What the hell?
I don't know. It took me for a loop, and I was like, find out. He later gets his head later on, like way later. But I was like, yo, but he's very, you know, he's Asian. You know what I'm saying?
So, no Shifu Sheng Chao?
Yeah, all that.
Oh.
But like, I don't understand where the Scottish accent was coming from.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was really weird. But dude, he played banger. He's probably my favorite character.
Maybe the voice actor is some Scottish dude who knows Chinese
really well because he was like singing it, and it was really good.
Maybe it was Ed Sheeran.
Okay. definitely was not Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran, was it you?
Not.
Overall, yeah, man, it's so far it's been really great, but I can't understand the hate that's coming from the people, from
Anywhere, honestly.
just a majority of other companies that have started to become like super freaking haters, and these haters are basically, I'm not
No. Kill it right there. I'm done. Wow,
Listen.
would you look at the time? Once the underbite comes out.
Listen, man, I don't. This is where they they almost like have me triggered, because I hate the payload shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the paywall shit, not payload, paywall shit, and how every game has become this whole money grabbing shit now, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the criticism is coming from developers and the owners of the companies that have been making games that has been nothing but a cash cow. A whole lot. So, for example, like Call of Duty type shit, right? Where you got to pay every freaking 10 minutes if you want to get something new.
Yeah.
It's just becoming something like that. So, because this game, Wukong, is not a cash cow type of thing,
Just a one-time payment.
Yeah, it's just a one-time payment, like how a game used to be. How games used to be was you buy it and then enjoy it for as long as you want without having to worry about a season pass this, pack this, new pack this, or whatever the hell.
DLC that,
DLC
update
that,
this.
update new weapons this, whatever. You got to pay for every little shit that they want you to pay for. It's just, that's not what it is. This game is about. And because they're seeing that this game was so successful without all of that bullshit,
Yeah, people are hating on it.
people are hating on it. And now the other companies are getting a little nervous. They're like, oh shit, players might start revolting against the type of cash cow games that we've been making, because look how successful this game was with just one-time payment. And
And like even Elden Ring, like people loved Elden Ring. The only reason it didn't, I mean, Elden Ring did amazing. I
Yeah.
can't say it didn't. Even when the new DLC came through, skyrocketed again. Everyone bought the DLC because there
Yeah.
was nothing in between Shadow of the Erdtree and Elden Ring that was a DLC, and the game just had so much playability. Even though it was a single player, it was co-op, but it was just you bought the game and you played the shit out of it. And people loved it, and even better, you could play with your friends, right?
Yeah.
And that DLC came out. I mean, it was huge.
Here's the thing, bro. Even the DLCs, like, is it not enough for the developers that players love your game, and as a show of appreciation, you get so many people to buy it, and so you have already made your money
Back and then some.
Yeah, back and then some. Is that not enough? That now you're gonna have the whatever little bit of extra content that you make, you charge people for that. Instead, as a show of appreciation to the players that has been buying this and promoting it and showing support for it, the extra content should come out for free for the players as a show of, good faith type of thing. But thank you for making this game such a success. Here's some extra content that we have made as a show of our appreciation to the fans and to the players.
That would be nice.
That's kind of how it should be. But no, everyone is all about how can I make more money out of this game.
Unfortunately, that is true.
It's that sucks. That shit sucks, bro. They need to stop that shit because times have changed.
Good luck with that.
People are getting broke.
Good, yeah. But good luck with it, though. I 100% wish that we could go back to a time like that.
Yeah.
Even if a DLC, depending on the size of it, if it's a huge DLC, you can't. Don't be like Destiny, and every DLC is the price of the base game.
Yeah.
And that's what really gets me.
Mhm.
But other than that, yeah, I would love to see little DLCs come here and there, and it's free. But base the price off of the amount that you get off of the base game, right? So like if I can play 120 hours off of base game,
Mm-hmm.
and you bring a DLC that's only half of the amount of gameplay, cut that price in half off the base game.
Yeah, I
That
agree.
only makes sense to me. That only makes sense.
I agree. And a couple other things. So one of the other reasons that I heard that it was getting so much more traction and getting so much more love is because of the uniqueness of the game, of it being a Chinese lore, and the characters are unique from everything else that's been out there so far, including like all the villains or the main character itself. Chinese lore apparently is not in abundance out there. Japanese maybe.
Japanese heavily.
Yeah, but
Assassin's Creed. I mean,
but
use
Chinese, no, not so much. And sure, there's some here and there, but not so much. But this was a beloved lore in the to begin with.
yeah, a lot of
So
people really likes.
they really,
Wukong.
so a lot of people really liked a lot of the character designs and a lot of the character inclusions for a lot of the bosses and villains.
And they
there's
did
like
well.
90 bosses in the game,
Yeah.
apparently.
Is a lot of them are secret bosses too, which is the cool thing. You got to like kind of do something to trigger a boss, and like sometimes you'll just randomly be walking back, like I did the other day. I just found a random boss, didn't even know, right? Like I'd collected some items, and then went back and I walked past this rock, and I was like, I don't remember this rock being here. And then I was able to deliver something. Boom, had a boss. You beat the boss, and then I got an upgrade for my staff because I found that boss.
Oh shit! That's
So
nice.
it's great because there's secrets and there's rewards. The game just constantly rewards you for your time, which is major for a lot of gamers. Gamers who play games for a long time and they don't get rewarded for the time they put in makes it feel like the game is not worth playing.
Right.
Which makes perfect sense. But this game feels like it rewards you for the time you put in.
Yeah. One of the other reasons people I saw that people are kind of hating on this was and this is kind of stupid. Just because it's a Chinese game.
I can see that in this day and age where it's like everything, we're always like, oh, China bad, China bad, China bad.
Yeah.
And I can see where we're like, oh, don't support China.
That's fine, bro. It's
Like
just,
Russia.
it's a freaking game, bro.
Yeah.
Like
It's based off the mythology of, or
That's
their,
stupid.
their past gods
Yeah.
from like, thousands of years ago. And
I
they do a
don't-
really good job of it too, though. The tapestry at the end of the chapters looks so cool. And then you gotta scroll through and look at it and stuff. I love the game. I love the game back and forwards, left
I
and
like
right.
it too. Yeah, the hate I don't understand.
Don't get it. You guys are
but-
haters. Don't do it. If you're a hater, let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna make fun of you.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so I think that's about everything I had to say about the game so far. So, anything else you want to?
And all, I give the game an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't give it a perfect 10 out of 10. I got a couple of quarrels for that, but I don't want to,
Solid 2 out of 10.
Okay.
That's a 2.
少婦先對先對咯，無動邊出嚟邊出嚟，你好似又低啫嘛，冇冇事啊，冇登記。
Yeah, and with that being said, guys, if you enjoyed the content, please subscribe to the content, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go over to our Spotify channel, follow us for a great commute listen, and we will see you guys next time.
少婦定記下老婦做先對方來向。